It is indeed the 5th of June, and I'm back down in Perth, ready to go overseas to Germany, then to Switzerland, and then on to Florence on a business trip. So, waiting for a couple more hours because my flight to Dubai leaves at 10 o'clock tonight. And this is the view from Michael's balcony and the city up ahead. And there's the city of Perth. So we're in Germany now. This is Sangenbert, southwest of Germany, about a few k's from the French border. So it's a beautiful morning. It's Sangenberg, south of Germany. We're at a cemetery here, just walking through a park. Got an hour to kill before we go to work. Quite a fascinating little spot. Typical of Germany, another grand church. This is the centre of town. This is the hotel at St. Inbert. And lots of churches in this town, so every 15 minutes there's always some bell ringing somewhere. And the hotel is the Goldener Stern. And these are the suppliers, consultants from Siemens and Radner. Good people. Right, so we're on our way from St. Ingbert to France for dinner, which is a bit of a novelty. With Ingo, and here we go, they'll test the audio out. We're on our way to France. Beautiful. We're doing 170 now, and this is just cruising speed. This is the road we're taking in France, on the way to Forbach. Coming up to a tollway, we have the same problem. There's Christian and young Scotty. You can see whereabouts we are. We're going to Metz, and we're only about 360 k's east of Paris. Some big windmills in the distance, and here we are in Metz, trying to find a nice place to go and have a meal tonight. Nice little river system there. The bridge is probably older than any house or building in Australia. Interesting part of town. Interesting architecture. Very pretty. So we go through the French city streets. Cobblestones. It's a nice building. Hey, it's unique for us. We don't get cobblestones. Look at this. It's all a novelty. Wow, that's pretty down there. Look at that. Very nice. Church of some sort. Cathedral. Huh. Restaurant El Idris. Restaurant, that's a theatre? Maybe. Wow, this is pretty. Have you been here before?
Never. And to be honest, never tried to be here.
There's a big church over there too. Wow, look at that over there. On the French Riviera. Beautiful. Wow, look at that. Ancient ruins of some sort, is it? Or is it just a facade? Beautiful and green. Look how lush this place is. Oh, look how narrow this is. We should do a James Bond, like a 007, start racing through the streets, huh? Let me see. It's actually 11:30, and here we are, another little mall, whatever you call it, and there's people everywhere at midnight. And there's my learned colleagues. We just had a magnificent meal here in France, and we're on our way back, 11:30. The sun went down about an hour ago. Beautiful. Look at that, that is very pretty. Here we go. How big is that? Yeah. Spectacular, isn't it? Well, this is French parking for you. I mean, I thought parking in Perth was tight, but this is the sort of parking you've got to put up with. Ingo's Audi, he normally cruises about 220 along the bloody the autostrads, the motorways. And that was that little sensor of his that was beeping like crazy. Told him exactly how far away he was from the back of the car. Ooh, see? That's the lady there that's telling us how to get home now.
Yes.
Very punctual. And we're about to leave Metz. Metz, yeah?
Metz, yes.
Metz, yeah, Metz. And we're going back to Saint Ingbert. This satellite tracking system is so smart. It's not like a GPS where it just does a basic calculation on your average speed. It actually knows the speeds that you take through each section of highway and calculates the time of arrival, which in this case is about 12:30. And it's telling the driver which way to go. Very impressive. Tunnel where bloody lady died, had her accident. We're in France. This is like a similar tunnel, yeah?
Yes.
Going very fast with the columns. There you go. French tunnel. Don't trust it. Open speed again. The reason why I'm in St. Invert, we are getting one of these. This is our filter enclosure. It's a 15 megavar harmonic filter. Consists of 3 banks. This is the high voltage test equipment. For the equipment that's inside here, as you can see, it's full of capacitor banks, resistors and reactors. This is the Black Forest.
It's getting a little bit higher as you come to the south. We'll come to Freiburg. South of Freiburg you see fairly high mountains.
This is the ICE train. It goes about 300 kilometres an hour. We're not there yet. Castle, top of the mountain. Just to let you know, it's 9:10 and the sun is just about to set. Gives you an idea, we're just now got off of Basel and we're on our way to Baden. And look at this, we're in first class. How's this for luxury? Scotty's overwhelmed. Absolutely. So we're about to sit back and relax and enjoy a bit of first class ride in style as we go to, well, I'm in Baden in Switzerland, and this is this magnificent river that's going past, absolutely roaring through. I can't get over the flow. Shit, you don't want to fall in there. And this is the old part of town, the old city of Baden, and I'm about to go and have a walk. There you go, we're in Switzerland. And it's almost 10 to 8. Some beautiful houses as we walk along here. This is an old bridge that crosses this river here in Baden. But the water flow, the current is incredible. You certainly wouldn't want to fall in it and just get drawn away. And that's the old city. This is the bridge into the old city. Give you an idea of how old some of these buildings are. Almost 400 years old. What an amazing city. There's that bridge again. Along the river, so it's quite pretty. Very nice indeed. Some of the older houses, and we're going back into the city again. Some challenging steps. So here we are. We're finally on top of Baden at that castle I was filming before. There's ABB, so I suspect that's where we're going today to have a look at our variable speed drives. The hotel's just down next to that river, around that corner there, and this is Baden. And obviously this must have been the old walls here or something. We'll find out later on what it is. And the old city's just down there. Imagine what this, and that's the old city, the old town that I was walking through before with those narrow streets. The tower up close with the Swiss flag. Wherever you go, there's always something happening. A lot of construction happening all over the world. Whole building, little kids running on their school excursion. Pretty amazing how these houses are built right up to the river edge. Gosh, no wonder the water flowing so quickly. The hotel just ahead. Beautiful setting. Can't get over how the houses are built right up to the edge of the water. This is some massive tavern, hotel, and this is the big bend in the river where the river turns around. Oh, we've got a fish here. Someone's caught a fish in Switzerland. Looks like a little trout. And then a place where people do their whitewater raft canoeing and that. Come on, there it is. Great little catch. Will you bring it up? Fish is still fighting. Wow, I can't believe it. Caught a trout in the middle of Baden. Beautiful trout. He's getting ready to catch it. Don't lose your net, mate. Well, he lost his net, the poor guy. Will you catch him or not? Poor little fishy, he's trying to get away from him. Tell you what, it's good fighting fish, still going for it. Hey dear, will you net him or not? Come on. Poor guy, what a way to catch a fish. You gonna try? Yeah, he got him. There's a fish. Nice trout. You can see this is what they set up for the so they have some sort of championships here. Beautiful city. City of Baden. Where you can catch trout. I bet you the water's cold in there. It's still such a picturesque river. There was that man that caught the fish before. How's that for a setting? On the embankments of a vineyard. Trying to catch trout. And that's where the whitewater rafting. And now we're just going back to that bridge, back to the hotel. Something you don't see every day. It must be a little set of steps for a squirrel to get up to someone's roof, at someone's window. It's a very nice little spot here. I love these little bits. across streets. This is the hotel room at the Best Western, and my view out the window and the big river that I was filming before is just out there at the very bottom of that valley. Here we are, we're with Werner, my good friend I haven't seen for a year and a half, and we are driving up into the hills, the back of Baden, to go and see the Alps. Beautiful area, absolutely.
You see at villages you have no camping grounds and so that's normally not the case. You have to...
So this is a Roman amphitheatre, or Colosseum? Like a Colosseum, yeah.
And this is Vindosa. This Colosseum is called Vindosa, and it was beside the one in Rome, the biggest one outside of Rome, I have to say.
Yeah,
that way.
fantastic. And that would have been like a false floor, do you think?
Yeah, I think there was something below also.
Yeah. And now it's a beautiful playground for the children.
Now.
Here we are, this is on Switzerland time today. We're actually going to Lützen, and we're just leaving Baden, going to Zurich train station, and then from Zurich train station we'll go to Lützen and have a wonderful day in the middle of Switzerland. Hopefully enjoying the Swiss Alps. This is on the way to Lützen now. You get a view of a beautiful lake down there. Look at that. Little garden, vegetable patches for people. And here we are in Lützen. What a beautiful day. We're about to walk into the old city, which is right in front of us, and go for a bit of a stroll. Look at that, it's a blimp. Never thought I'd ever see one of those. Sure enough, there's one there. And look at that, the Swiss Alps and its glory. Isn't that magnificent? There's that famous bridge. There's the markets. Lützen. This is the old bridge. Wow. An old classic bridge, isn't it? Inside the old town. And now we're on a boat, cruising this lake. This is fantastic. The Swiss Alps. This is a very big boat as we walk our way to the back. Our first port of call, Waggis, I think, or Hertenstein. Hertenstein. Ticket collector. What an eyesore everywhere you look. Now we're coming up to Wagen. Gee, there's some incredible hotels here. And that up there is the cable car that we're going to go on all the way up to the top. So this port is Wiggy. Wiggy.
He was going to fly out.
And away we go again. Look at that for a hotel just there. Crikey. It's nestled in the side of the mountain. Then you got the blimp cruising along. Yeah, isn't that a gorgeous boat, isn't it? It's coming into view, bloody bigger than the blimp. Unbelievable. Just a little toy. Look at that for a big. Terrible life to have a boat here on this lake. There's so many things you can do. And that's the mountain we're going to go up on our little train later on. There you can see the cable car coming down the mountain. You reckon? Fishing lines.
Back coming up, it was just the same.
Yeah, I reckon it's a net. I reckon he's dragging a net. What do you reckon? A big net. Yeah, the blimp going behind the mountain. Let's stop. grandiose hotel. Beautiful. Box, I think. Anyway. And what's this place called? A cable car all the way to the top of that mountain. I wonder if you go skiing up there or just for looking. An idea of the infrastructure they got here. Look at that road, so that you can go straight and on a flat. Here we are, the next stop. Schwetz. Another pretty village on this lake. I think this is called Gersa. Don't quote me on that. And we're away up this grand lake. Right spot. Look at that for a spectacular view. Someone paragliding, a lot of paragliders here. And I'll try to show you as the whole bloody boat shakes. So there's resonance to it every now and again. That's the front of the boat. Wow, look at that.
Paraglider coming off the hill.
There's our next stop. Triam. Look at that, middle nowhere. A bit of a waterfall cascading over a sheer cliff face. Just another mountain. Is it? Yeah, the old regatta, like at Perth. And we're into another port as we go along this lake. Waldstadterhof. Yeah, the unfortunate passage we're going to have to take in about a couple of hours' time. And this place is called Brunnen. So hello to Brunnen. There's another little station called Ruth, like Auntie Ruth. And there's a man telling us to sail away. And there's another ferry and another coming in. This is an old paddle steamer. How pretty is that? God, how to spoil yourself. Something you don't see every day. This lake's just so flat, it's just perfect for this sort of sport. What a backdrop. Absolute jealousy. Look at that. And of course, typical Aussies, you always got to have a bloody beer. We stick out like a sore thumb here. Where the wind comes through, yeah. How gorgeous. People having fun. Next stop, this is Bourne. And have a look at that. Pretty impressive, isn't it? That's where that creek flows out. Typical of all the roads here going through tunnels. And look at that bloody steep slope right up to the cliff face. Water just pouring off on the side there. Incredible to be able to film. And look at that beautiful waterfall right tucked in there. Yeah, how's that for a mountain right in front of us? Very picturesque. And this is the end of the road, the very last stop at the end of this lake. What an incredible trip. We've been travelling for 3 hours, so it's taken 3 hours to get up to here, and then we go back, and halfway back we then catch our train up the mountain, of course. And as you can see, it's the last stop and there's no one here virtually, as we are rubbernecking and enjoying the Swiss Alps. Oh, another man that's very happy with his job. Curtsy. Yet there's still a main train line that comes through, cuts through all this area. Here we are at Kalakhan. Someone's shooting like crazy up the mountains. Look at this, here's a caravan park. Hey, how's that for a typical caravan park in a setting like this? So, we're on our way back. This gives you an idea of the mountains that's around here. Look at that, a big hotel at the top of that mountain there. Guys racing along. How pretty is this? I love these little raceways everywhere too. Look at that. The water must be screaming down there. Range up there. People having fun on a windy day. There. Coming back to Ruthli. But there's a better name for it, and that is Ruth. Auntie Ruth. They call it Ruthli. So we're at another port, Runnen, and we're almost at the port or the town that we're going to catch our car, our train, up the mountainside. And this is behind that mountain is what we're going to go up on in our train. And someone's pulled up in his little boat, going in for a cafe latte. Just incredible, the scenery around here. Look at that paraglider up in the air, cruising through. What a good old flight. And look where he is. He is right up there. He's probably lining himself up for landing to come in. Mate. Look at that. So graceful. The boat's got the jitters again. And lands it hopefully in a paddock somewhere. In he goes. How How's that? I
Onze
reckon.
nächste Halt, Dreifseelisberg.
There we go.
Not so cautionary.
Bye-bye.
Our next stop,
Wow, that thing's flying along. A hell of a paddle steamer. And there's our next stop. This. Yeah, it's a steep little railway line going up the hill. Yeah, but Sally's there. Okay. I'll see if he comes down.
Oh, there's another way, but the same in front of
Wow, there are so many people parasailing. It's quite incredible. Will he come down? Will he make it? Here he goes. Got him. Look at that, on the side of that slope. That was beautiful. Wasn't that a fantastic landing? Imagine if he stuffed up and he was 100 metres towards us. Be in the water.
Not cautionary. Our next stop, Beckenried, Levenhausen.
Stood up.
Vous avez correspondance de batterie of boat connection back to
That was beautiful. Switzerland. How's that for a backdrop? The wind's cleared all the smog and all that, so you can actually see quite a distance now. Beautiful. Very pretty. That's where we go, back over there. To catch our train. Such picturesque countryside. The boat turning around. Inverfergen. How's that for parking your boat in your lounge? Ah, there's my house. Yep, got the boat in the shed, jacked up, ready to go. Will be more suitable. Looks like he's got a little cable, a winch system. He has too, to winch the wood to the house. Isn't that beautiful? The colour of the water and the green grass. Ah, the rich and famous. And don't they love it? Where's the naked Sheila? Lifestyles of the rich and famous. Big boats everywhere. Look at them all. One big boat after the other. So kids, Thomas the Tank Engine, one of those turntables. We can turn the train around to park it into its garage. There you go, kids. Thomas the Tank Engine turntable. Turning the train around so they can take us back up the hill. So now we're going up the cable cog train, up this very steep incline to the top of the mountain. This thing's really climbing quickly. The view. How beautiful is that? Wow. Still going up. We'll climb up the hill. Hello cows. Listen to them all. They're making noises. Of cowbells. Gee, they make a noise. Very noisy. God, all people climbing up the mountain. Now, this is a mountain. Don't think so. Oh, there's a bell. Cow's upset. How's that for being on top of the world? Bloody show off. Two of them. How gorgeous is this? It's almost as if they're on top of the Alps. So this is it, on top of the world. Or on top of Switzerland. And right in front of us, almost as if we're above it, are the Swiss Alps. Wow, what a walk. That was a great little train ride, but we had to walk the last bit. And there they are, the Swiss Alps. I'm naked. Scotty's sussing at the telescope. That's the other train coming up. Probably called the Blue Train. Another view of the Alps. Someone getting married. Don't know if you can hear that incessant noise of the cowbells ringing throughout the valley. That'll drive you crazy. And this is actually a hotel. You could stay here for the night. And it looks like there's a wedding reception to be held. Wow, that's some speed. Oh, you hear that little thing digging away, the altimeter? This guy's been slowly gaining height. So graceful. Crash. Look at that. How graceful is that? Try and get his height. Gee, he has gained height. And then he drops down again. That looks so graceful, doesn't it? Why has he got his leg up in the air like that?
It's a bit hard to tell, but the one that's hanging down low, you can see like a stirrup in it, and another control rope by the looks of it.
Okay.
So
How graceful is this? Best part about it, we're actually at the same level with him. Yeah. Poor girl. Having to climb all the way up the hill. They'll probably pee her off. She's saying, where's the horse and carriage? Traditional pipe. What would you call that thing?
no idea.
Swedish didgeridoo?
It's like a didgeridoo on steroids.
Discovered a tunnel from the train station underneath the hotel. And look, at the end of the tunnel is a pretty modern looking lift to take you up into the lobby. And that's the entrance to the tunnel to where the train station is. And now we're on our way back down the mountain. And here comes another train. This is the Blue Line train. It goes down the other side of the mountain. As it goes up the cogs. That's a hell of a climb. Off we go again, leaving ridgy stuff out of it. And that's the Blue Line going down the hill.
Germany, near Saarbrücken. The first train was late.
This is the sunny side, so in the good winter, you have several weeks of skiing.
Next trip in the cable car. Scotty in the cable car. And getting ready to go down. Look how substantial this is. Quite a structure actually. There we go. So beautiful is this? That's where we're going. Sheer cliff face. That's amazing. Wow. Imagine falling down there. Was that family we took for the other day? Wow.
There you go.
That was quick.
Nee, zwanzig. Dat sind weg.
Down the steep hill, back to the ship station. All these boats here. Cruise along. Well, we're still going strong. We are waiting for the ship now to come across the lake, which we can observe. So we figured we'll go to one of these festivals and do what all good Swiss do. Let's drink beer. I'm not sure, but I think that is a tennis player. Might be wrong. And there's our boat that we're going to catch. Time to perfection. Enough time to have a beer and move out. Here she comes from a long way. Steaming straight towards us. This is a running paddle steamer. Here we go. Let's see if this thing fires up or not. Yeah, look, there's a guy there. Yeah. Don't tell me this is on steam. This thing runs on steam. Yeah. How good is this? Oh, yeah. How great is this? No way. Look at that. She's a running paddle steamer. How dry the shoof. And back again. Incredible. This is unbelievable. I'm so impressed. Back, we just recognised that that's the mountain that we're on today. With the lookout. So, we are now in Zurich. It's 9:15 as you can see. It's still daylight. So, the city of Zurich. (1732). And obviously this is how people keep their boats tended. Because there's a bit of a strong current, so if your boat broke away it'd be just gone down the river. You wouldn't see it ever again. There's the moon rising. We're at the Zurich train station. So here we are, we're travelling now to Milan in Italy, and we just left Zurich, and we're going to make our way through the Swiss Alps. That's where we're going, Zurich. We're about here now, with the lake on the left. We're going to make our way up to Schweizer. This is Lucerne. Lucerne, that's where we were yesterday, and we took the ship all the way along the lake to the very end there. So this actual railway line is going to go past where we were at the very end of our ship trip. We're then to make our way, and I don't know whether we're going to go through the tunnel, through the mountain of the Swiss Alps, or over the top. Then down to Lugano to Chiasso, and then Como, and then Milano. You can see with the lake that we went to the end here is that's where we got off and caught the rack and pin train all the way to the top of the mountain, and then that line down there is the actual cable car that we took back to the lake, and then the boat back to Luzern. So this is going to be a spectacular train trip through here as we go along that lake that we were at yesterday. Also to let you know, from Zurich, where we were staying at was in Baden. And Baden is there, so that's where we stayed for the last 3 days. That's where I was supposed to fly today in Zurich. And we spent the evening in the actual city walking up to the lake. And now we're on our way across the Alps. 4 hours journey to Milano. Travelling in first class, so there's not that many people, which I like. And this is where we're coming up to Zug. So now we're going on the other side of the lake. You can see the Alps that we were climbing the other day. So Luzern is on the other side of the lake, and we are going this way. Some beautiful green fields. It's absolutely gorgeous through here. That's the hill that we're on top of yesterday, looking down into this valley with the helicopters and the paragliders. Isn't it magnificent? So here we are, figuring out where I am at the moment. And there's that mountain right behind Luzern that we were looking at. People having fun again. Imagine the other side of that mountain is where we climbed and went on a boat and took a cable car. And there it is on the other side. Isn't that magnificent? And there it is, top of the world. That's where we were. That mountain. And this is the other side, the little village. How pretty. Beautiful highways and mountains everywhere. And we're about to cut across to the lake that we were at yesterday. There it is. That's where we were. Now we're getting the view from their side. Now we're off to Schweiz. Let's face it. You can see the beautiful freeway cut through this valley. Amazing, the infrastructure that's here. Van park down there. People come here for a summer holiday. Massive cutting into the mountain. It looks like it's man-made. Look at that. Beautiful Alps. That's what we were looking at yesterday as we came into this valley. Very happy drink salesman singing and carrying on. Look at that. This is where we were cruising along the other day in the lake on the boat. How magnificent is this? And then we're on the train going along the same valley. Magnificent mountains. Look at that. That's magnificent. Seems to be much clearer today than the day that we went out on. Absolutely beautiful. And this is the last stop we're coming up to now. Wow. We've just gone past Fluin and into a new area now, so I haven't been here before. We are continuing on with our journey beyond the lake into the Alps, but I suspect we're going to go through a tunnel. We'll go right through the whole Alps. Look at this for country now, absolutely gorgeous. Massive mountains. Magnificent mountain. For a landslide, big boulder there ready to go down. All that's collapsed down to the bottom of the valley. Look at this coming into another tunnel. Looks like a little hydro power station. Look at the old river down there. Alps up there. What more can you ask for? This is magnificent. Little tunnel system through here. Amazing what they do. On a train in the Swiss Alps, going through tunnels, and the phone is ringing at home. It's amazing. I'm going through the tunnel, it cuts out, then it comes back in again. And still no answer. Oh well. I can't believe that you can be on a mobile phone and it actually holds in as you go through each of these tunnels. That's quite well done. Wow, tunnels and trains. So much to see. The roads, how they're built through the mountain to avoid landslides and things like that. So there's actually a highway or freeway through there that cuts across. And that's how they build the roads through here too. It must cost so much money. Major bridges and tunnels. These are typical of all the tunnels we're coming through. This is the valley we came up. We must have cut through into the mountain and then I switch back to get onto the other side of this steep valley. How magnificent is this? Yeah. See the bridge? And we come back on ourselves. We're really switching back on another one. I don't know if you can see that in there. That's where the railway line went through that mountain, switched back on itself. So we've been zigzagging up this mountain as we've been going along. And look at that in there. Oh, wow. One of those avalanche shelters. Look at the structure, the infrastructure to get all this in. It's amazing. Oh, I wonder if that's the border. There's a police there, look at that. It's interesting. Right up high. So we've been coming up all the way up here and we're at the Gustenschön, which we just went past. But now we're going through a tunnel which might take a long time until we get to Airol. So from Gustenschön we go through the tunnel to Airol. And what you just saw before was us switching forwards and backwards to get up through the mountains. How fantastic was that? The other side of this mountain range. So we are now on the southern side of the Swiss Alps. This is Airolo. Cruising along through some gaps. Oh, another tunnel. And we'll be able to say goodbye to the Swiss Alps. Because up in there is what we just went through. How incredible. We went through the heart of that mountain. So we're going to do our first switchback as we go around and across that side. So this is where we're doing our first switchback. We just come across and went across the ridge. Underneath the big freeway, look at that. Right underneath the freeway. So we're coming around, ready to do our next switchback. How's that for a freeway? Look at that. Out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful. Just impressive the infrastructure here. And into another tunnel it goes. And we're in a tunnel waiting to come out. There we go. Now we're back outside again. To do a steep turn. There's the freeway. And it looks like we're in a big clockwise turn now. Through that tunnel. Down again. And here we go, back outside again. That was a huge turn that we did. This gives an idea of all these tunnels everywhere. Wow. And then we go over the valley. Look at that up there. Gosh, how they build them. It's incredible. Amazing. Look at those cliffs as we wind our way down into the valley from Faldo. There obviously must be a dam up in the Alps. There it is again. Pipeline coming up from above. I love the infrastructure here. Magnificent. Into the mountain we go. Just look at that up there. How incredible is that? Oh wow. Jeez, look at that. That's obviously where we're going to switch back again. That is just unbelievable. As we go lower and lower, look at that. One more switchback and then we're down the bottom. You can see where that switchback is. There it is there. And then we move our way down. Wow, how impressive is this? Another deep valley. So, we're at the Belizona train station. We've just come through the Alps. And we made it. How fantastic. The valley in the middle of nowhere. Up the mountain. Another beautiful city in Switzerland before we head off to Italy. So we're going now that way, down the valley. So that's where we were just now at Lugano, and we're going across the lake now, just there. So they have the lake on the right hand side from Lugano. How's that? Lugano, how do you say it? Lugano?
Yes, Lugano.
Lugano, okay. Got to even pronounce it correctly. And this is on the other side. What a beautiful lake. Imagine living in this valley. Swimming pool, it'd be cold in there. It's amazing how many beautiful towns and cities there are through Switzerland. Impressive mountains around here. I think some big city, a church or something. And now we're in Italy, cruising through. Well, Piazza de Pitti. I'm in Florence. Finally made it. What strikes about Florence is how old this town is and how narrow the streets. What a beautiful building. Is that bridge across that river? Somewhere in Florence. I need to get a map and find out what's what. Oh, it's Ponte Vecchio, it's called. Quite a famous bridge. Wow, look at the crowds. Look at all the people. There she is. How many photos have I seen of this bridge in it? Quite famous. We're in the Piazza Signoria, and some statues. Statue. It must be an emergency exit. Well, you got these old and new parts of the building. You got this still century old. Walk down these little narrow alleyways. Narrow streets. Wherever you look, there's something magnificent. How's that for a cathedral? Wow, that's big. That's humongous. Have a look at this. Isn't that pretty? This is the river in Florence. On the way back home now. And over there is a beautiful tower, an old watchtower of some sort. Of course, with the FIFA soccer. Our first goal! Brilliant! There's the goal! Just another night walking down the street of Florence. Here we are in a family-orientated street. Beautiful place, a restaurant, and the boys are having fun. And this is Florence, sitting down, having a meal, enjoying some fine wine in one of the little back streets of Florence. And there's the boys having a bit of an evening meal. And the Florenza. I just want to film this bloody T-bone, 1 kilogram T-bone this Gareth has eaten.
Save that for later.
Yeah, if only it was 1.5.
But he polished it off in a fine manner, typical Australian tradition. So here we are in Florence, and this is the cathedral. A beautiful structure that it is. It is magnifique, as they say. And we're on our way to Michelangelo's statue. This is the streets through the Florenza, Italia. Now we come to the famous river with the famous here we are at the lookout of Michelangelo, and there is the cathedral, and this is Florenza with all the people watching the Italian soccer with Michelangelo overlooking us. Michelangelo. How great is that? And now I go back to my taxi. Ristorante La Loggia.
Ristorante La Loggia.
Okay. Might be the street that I was in, and I was walking for an absolute eternity. And I think this is it. There, I suspect this is the street that I was in. I actually walked home to my hotel. Street is the Philippines. is like a right of way, a passage. And this is. What am I doing here? No. No, this is it. This is where I walked. As you have cars overtaking me like crazy. I was walking past me. Aha, so I went this way, yeah. Last night, and it was a hell of a long walk. So what you're seeing is what I walked last night on the way home. And that was an ordeal, it really was. Hey, yeah, watch it. Idiote. It's famous for their roundabouts. I think you can see our left. It amazes me that there's not enough cars with scratches and dents on them. All the wrong side of the road. That's it, mate. Just nose in. Oh, gotta love this. Just go. Oh, this one's got a right idea. Reverse.
Questa fece il Gamaggio, questa è la strada degli antiquari.
Yeah.
But is there the old famous grave from?
Narrow streets and the grand old buildings. Look at that. Seeing construction. I don't know what that was. String people up. Yeah. Oh, you guys good. This is a very narrow lane. Another narrow alleyway.
She used to shake it and all this kind of stuff and sing or whatever. So because they're actually doing something, I'd give them money. But the ones that are just...
Should. So, what's this called? Do we know?
It's a roundabout, I think. It's one of the main.
Friends, well, it's time to say goodbye. There's a crowd full of Brazilians watching their soccer. On top of the world. Michelangelo. I took this yesterday. And here we are again. Less crowds. We're watching the soccer when the Aussies won 3-1 at a pub coming up on our right. And this is that beautiful Rome there. Yeah, very pretty. Milano. This being Wednesday the 15th. As you can see, the streets are all quiet now, as it's just gone past 6 o'clock. And people here like to sleep in. This is a Milano train station. Just arrived, it's a bit past 11, on the way to the airport. That was a train, Eurostar train they've just caught. So, go and get a shuttle bus now. Some of the long trains, you can see it's a long way. Grand is this station. Absolutely incredible. How old it is. What a beautiful station. Classic. Now we're